None of us is perfect. We all have times when we fall short of our ideals. But there's a difference between someone with flaws who tries their best and someone who is relentlessly malicious. It's a sad truth that some people in the world only want the worst to happen to those around them. These individuals will continuously harm you and anyone else they can. Sometimes, this is the result of past traumas in their own lives. Sometimes, it's due to personality disorders. But regardless of the cause, these are people you need to learn to steer clear of. However, if you know what you're looking for, there are 5 warning signs that you're dealing with someone who has no benefit to you through the lens of Stoic philosophy. This not only helps you recognize and embrace your flaws, but also in how you observe and understand those around you. It's not to build a wall of separation, but to build a deeper understanding of the world to shape a more harmonious and meaningful life. Through today's video, let's embark on a journey to explore the 5 signs that you're dealing with a malicious person through the lens of Stoic philosophy, so that none of us have to walk in darkness without the light of truth and knowledge. Number 1. The urge to control. Humans are always seeking power and control. Perhaps that's an indispensable part of human nature, the desire for dominance, the desire to be in charge. However, through the lens of Stoic philosophy, we come to a different perspective. True control doesn't lie in imposing one's will on others, but in controlling oneself, one's emotions, and reactions to the world around us. Control, at its deepest essence, is not an act of power, but an expression of inner strength. Stoic philosophy describes this strength through understanding and accepting that the only thing we truly control is ourselves, how we perceive events, and how we react to them. Everything else, from the actions of others to natural events, lies beyond our control. In relationships, control is often disguised under the guise of care or love. One may believe they're doing what's best for the other when they try to guide or protect them. However, this is a misunderstanding of love and care, as Stoic philosophy asserts that each individual can only be the master of themselves. Controlling behavior can manifest in many forms, from unjustified jealousy to demands for unfair changes or restrictions on personal freedom. These behaviors not only reflect the insecurity and fear of the controller, but also selfishness and a lack of profound understanding of the true meaning of love and freedom. Moreover, control brings nothing but rifts and suffering. It builds an invisible wall between individuals, eroding trust and connection. Its impact doesn't stop at emotional loss, but also affects self-esteem and personal development on both sides. To counter control, Stoic philosophy advises us to develop understanding and acceptance. Accept that each person has the right to freedom and self-mastery. At the same time, focus on controlling our own emotions and actions, aiming for a freer and more meaningful life. Jack and Julia are a typical example of this observation. Their relationship began with deep trust and love. However, over time, Jack began to feel an unnamed fear of losing Julia. In his efforts to protect her from imagined risks and dangers, Jack gradually became imposing. He began to oppose some of Julia's friends, citing that they had a negative influence on her. Jack also expressed dissatisfaction with her clothing choices, saying he only wanted her to be respected. Sadly, these actions didn't stem from a place of genuine love, but from fear and a desire for control. Julia initially tried to understand and even adapt to please Jack, but control and suspicion only increased with each passing day. She began to feel like she was slowly losing her personal space and freedom. This led to heated arguments, with Julia feeling trampled upon, and Jack, in despair, trying to cling to what he feared losing the most. Over time, the relationship became tense and fraught with pressure. Jack's control was not only a manifestation of personal insecurity, but also the main cause of suffering not only for Julia, but also for himself. Feeling no longer the master of her own life, Julia decided it was time to reclaim her freedom and self-respect. A relationship once filled with love and hope now became a painful lesson in the value of trust and personal freedom in love. Like Seneca, one of the great Stoic philosophers once said, "Can you no longer see a road to freedom? It's right in front of you. You need only turn over your wrists." Through this, he emphasized that we all can choose how to accept and react to life. Are you trying to control the uncontrollable? Are you accepting and respecting your own and others' freedom? Stoic philosophy is not just advice on how to live, but also a reminder of our inner strength in facing and overcoming challenges. In the next section, we will delve deeper into applying these lessons to develop tranquility and inner strength and become the best version of ourselves. Number 2, the mask of charm. Imagine, amidst the vast maze of relationships and encounters, you accidentally step into a magical land. It's where the first glance sets your heart aflutter as someone unexpectedly captivates you with their alluring charm and irresistible allure. This isn't just instant attraction. It's a deep-seated instinct within each of us, a call of nature to connect, to be accepted and loved. Yet, under the scrutiny of Stoic philosophy, another picture gradually emerges, painting a world where autonomy and wisdom are the keys to unlocking truth. Beyond the glittering facade, we see the true nature fraught with the secrets of those we thought had enchanted us. The mask of allure is not just an outer shell, but also a tactic used by others to attract and even control. These individuals often portray themselves as caring, attentive, and always willing to help. However, behind seemingly altruistic acts, sometimes lie selfish motives and even malice. Stoic philosophy teaches us about the importance of careful observation and analysis, not only of the external world, but also of ourselves. When faced with someone alluring, Stoicism encourages us to question the true motive behind their appearance. Do they genuinely care about your well-being, or is it merely a part of a larger scheme to achieve their ends? But there's a fundamental difference between genuine allure and deceitful allure. It lies in the intention and consequence of the action. A truly kind and caring person won't seek to exploit their kindness. Conversely, someone using allure as a tool to achieve their own goals often only cares about personal gain. The Stoic philosophy emphasizes the importance of trusting instincts and recognizing warning signs. Sometimes, during interactions, the mask of allure will begin to slip, revealing the true intentions of the individual. This requires us to remain vigilant and not be deceived by flashy promises or glittering appearances. Consider the case of Mark, a successful businessman with an attractive appearance and polite demeanor. With a sunny smile and sweet words, he never hesitates to share his experiences or offer assistance to his colleagues. However, a secret hidden behind that perfect facade gradually gets unveiled. As time passes, some co-workers start to notice a recurring pattern of behavior. Mark's assistance often comes with implicit expectations. Once, he helped a colleague complete a difficult project, only to later hint that they owed him a favor. Another time, he volunteered to lead a new work group, only to then use the group's success as a stepping stone for his career. These events are not spontaneous acts of kindness, but carefully calculated steps towards building a virtual network of indebtedness through which Mark can gradually advance. This makes those around him begin to feel uncomfortable, realizing that his charming exterior may only be a mask, hiding his true purpose, not to help, but to control and profit from his social relationships. Charm, whether genuine or deceitful, is an inevitable part of human interaction. However, through Stoic philosophy, we learn the value of awareness and autonomy. This not only helps us protect ourselves from negative influences, but also encourages personal development and a deeper understanding of those around us. Your perspective is valuable to us. Have you ever encountered someone using their charm to achieve personal goals? How can we develop the ability to distinguish between sincere charm and deceit, especially in today's work environment? Please share your thoughts and opinions in the comments section below the video. In life, we often encounter those who carry darkness within them, individuals whose behavior and thoughts seem alien to the concepts of kindness and empathy. Therefore, recognizing and safeguarding ourselves from these negative impacts is not only an art, but also a necessary self-defense measure. But how can we accurately recognize these signs? Can each of us learn to perceive and confront this reality calmly and steadfastly? Let's explore an important sign that you're dealing with a malicious individual and find guidance for ourselves to avoid being deceived. Number 3, the absence of empathy. Consider an example in a workplace setting where a cold and unsympathetic CEO fails to show empathy towards an employee facing personal difficulties. The employee has informed the CEO that he is caring for a seriously ill family member, yet the CEO still demands overtime and denies any leave, citing that work always comes first. This action not only demonstrates a lack of empathy and understanding, but also reflects a disregard for the value of human beings and relationships. Instead of prioritizing the employee's well-being and health, the CEO only cares about the short-term benefits of the job, overlooking the employee's basic needs and humanity. This not only affects the employee's morale, but also leads to a loss of trust and a breakdown in the employer-employee relationship. Indeed, maintaining a balance between reason and emotion becomes more crucial than ever. Stoic philosophy provides us with tools to confront these challenges effectively and meaningfully. One of the significant challenges we often encounter in our social relationships and professions is when dealing with individuals lacking empathy. This not only tests our patience and resilience, but also questions how we react and uphold our moral values and integrity in difficult situations. The manifestations of lacking compassion can be easily identified through actions and words, but its real impact is much deeper and long-lasting. It not only causes pain and stress to those directly affected, but also creates a toxic work environment where trust and cooperation are diminished, leading to decreased productivity and creativity. This demonstrates that while one may try to accept or overlook the lack of empathy, its impact persists insidiously and destructively. In any situation, the most important thing we can control is our reaction. When faced with a lack of empathy, try to assess the situation objectively and avoid getting caught up in negative emotions. Practice empathy and understanding towards yourself and others. You will realize that each of us is fighting our own battles, and compassion is the key to overcoming division and suffering. Seneca, one of the great Stoic philosophers, once said, "It is not what you endure that matters, but how you endure it." This statement emphasizes that in every situation, even when faced with adversity, we have the power and ability to choose how we react. This not only helps us overcome difficulties, but also allows us to become a source of inspiration and strength for those around us. In life, we cannot avoid encountering people lacking compassion. However, by applying the principles of Stoicism, we can learn to perceive and deal with these situations consciously, patiently, and compassionately. This not only helps us protect and nurture our moral integrity, but also contributes to creating a better world where compassion and mutual understanding are valued and fostered. So, when dealing with people lacking compassion, ask yourself, how can we actively practice compassion, not only towards others, but also towards ourselves? In what circumstances do we find it most challenging to maintain compassion, and what can help us overcome these challenges? We hope you have found value in this video. If you find this message helpful and want to support us, please like and share the video with your friends. Together, we can create a stronger and more positive community. Number 4. The web of lies. Has your heart ever tightened in response to the behavior of those harboring harmful intentions? These individuals always wield lies as a fearful tool to achieve their goals. They are not for the harm they inflict upon others. Their lies become sharp weapons, a means to conceal the truth, and cunningly manipulate and control others. Pathological lying is characterized by uncontrollable, often unnecessary repetition serving some hidden agenda, typically power, control, or evading responsibility. Signs of this behavior include constantly changing narratives, inconsistencies in storytelling, and exaggerated reactions when challenged on the truth. In the workplace, the impact of lying can be severe. It not only undermines a positive work environment, fostering toxicity, but also erodes trust among colleagues, impacting productivity and team morale. In dealing with pathological liars, Stoic philosophy proposes a calm and sober approach. It advises not letting personal emotions cloud our awareness and response to their lies. Stoicism encourages maintaining autonomy and not allowing others' lies to sway our mood or decisions. An exemplary example of dealing with a liar in the workplace is Anna, a dedicated accountant who begins noticing discrepancies in the reports of her colleague, Tom. Tom presents himself as a strong candidate for a new managerial position by freely achieving non-existent accomplishments in his project reports. In every meeting, Tom adds enhanced details to his achievements, portraying himself as an outstanding employee. Anna, despite feeling shocked and disappointed, decided not to let her emotions take control. She began quietly taking notes and gathering evidence of the discrepancies in Tom's reports, as well as the inaccurate project descriptions she knew of. Once she had enough evidence, Anna scheduled a private meeting with her manager and presented everything objectively without revealing that she was hurt or angry. After reviewing the information Anna provided, the manager decided to conduct a thorough investigation into all project reports and reassess the employee performance evaluation process. Through this, not only Tom, but the entire company learned a valuable lesson about the importance of honesty and transparency, thanks to Anna's smart and wise approach. In the journey against the web of lies, we have witnessed the power of Stoic philosophy and explored wise approaches to dealing with malicious individuals. Despite facing daunting challenges, let's not forget that we always can stand firm and overcome any obstacles. As Marcus Aurelius once said, the object of life is not to be on the side of the majority, but to escape finding oneself in the ranks of the insane. Let courage and wisdom guide us on the path to success and peace. Let's contribute together to building a better world where honesty and respect are highly valued. Number 5. Mastery of manipulation. In the complex world of human beings, the art of domination often lurks in the shadows, disregarding outward perfection and allure. However, according to Stoic philosophy, the soul must always be prepared to face harsh realities. Evil can take many forms, and deception knows no bounds. Domination stems from a desire for control, an insatiable thirst for power that leads individuals to devise intricate schemes and incessant deceit. Those who seek to dominate others often seek ways to manipulate them, like puppeteers controlling dolls to their will. To avoid deception, one must expand intuition and sharpen the mind. There are subtle signs to be attentive to, gentle whispers of concern deep within the soul. Deceivers may use flattery to win over their targets or cloak their true intentions beneath a facade of feigned empathy. Beneath the surface lies a cold, calculated agenda, a psychological game of exploitation and betrayal. The consequences of falling into the trap of deception can upheave life, leaving deep scars once the web of deceit crumbles. Victims may feel ensnared in a tangled web of lies, losing autonomy and self-worth. The psychological impact of deception can shatter trust and destroy relationships. In the face of deception, Stoic philosophy serves as a source of strength to resist traps and webs of deceit. By focusing on self-awareness and practicing meditation, one can fortify their spirit against the allure of deception. Stoic philosophers advise us to seek virtue and courage within, for it is only in the crucible of hardship that true patience is tested. In the journey of confronting deception, pause and reflect on the vulnerabilities and hidden fears within us that deceivers seek to exploit. How do we develop discernment and patience in the face of deceit? In a world shrouded in deceit, ethics serve as a guiding torch to self-rule and profound understanding. By embracing the teachings of Stoic philosophy, one can navigate through the turbulent waves of deception with rationality and courage. Remember the words of the classical philosopher Epictetus, who reminded us, "It is not events that disturb people, it is their judgments concerning them." Faced with deceit, choose wisely and nurture virtues that lead to true freedom and inner peace. We often encounter unpredictable challenges and people who do not bring us good. However, in Stoic philosophy, recognizing the signs of a bad person is an important part of self-protection and learning about yourself. Next, we will open a door to the soul, inviting us to go deep into ourselves to discover the truth about evil. Through the perspective of the Stoic philosopher, we not only stop at recognizing signs of evil, but also explore deeper into our own nature. Let questions like, "Who are we really?" or "What is human nature?" guide us through this conversation. We will not only explore the peripheral signs of evil, but also penetrate deep into the soul to better understand ourselves, thereby building a more authentic and meaningful life. Discovering your true nature, an unexpected revealing sign. In our daily lives, we walk in a diverse world where people from different cultures and geographies share common spaces. On this journey, we encounter many types of people, from those who are kind and trustworthy to those who can have negative impacts on our lives. In this context, it is extremely important to recognize and protect yourself from people with bad intentions. Stoicism philosophy, one of the classical philosophical systems, not only helps us understand how to face life, but also gives us the tools to recognize the signs of evil and apply them into everyday life. By delving deeper into this philosophy, we can discovering your true nature, an unexpected revealing sign through 5 signs of a bad person. Fakeness in communication. Evil people often tend to be overly friendly and caring artificially. They use sweetness in their words as a tool to mask their true nature. Stoicism teaches us about sincerity and transparency. When interacting with someone, observe whether their actions reflect their words. Habit of blaming others. A prominent characteristic of malevolent individuals is their rarity in accepting responsibility for their actions. Instead, they tend to blame others or circumstances. Stoicism emphasizes controlling what we can and accepting what we cannot, but always taking responsibility for our actions. Lack of empathy. A clear sign of an evil person is the lack of ability to empathize with others. They do not genuinely care for the emotions or needs of others, focusing instead on their interest. Stoicism teaches us the importance of community bonds and empathy, considering it the foundation of all healthy relationships. Abuse of power. Evil people often seek to control and exert power over others. They may abuse their position or power to impose, control, or even harm others. Stoicism encourages the wise use of power for the common good, not for oppression or control. Excessive self-love. Strong self-admiration can make a person selfish and indifferent to the interest or emotions of others. They often see their gain as the top priority and do not hesitate to trample others to achieve their goals. Stoicism educates us on humility and placing the community's interest above personal gain. Recognizing and understanding these signs not only helps us protect ourselves from negative influences, but also assists us in developing healthy and lasting relationships. Stoicism emphasizes self-control, acceptance, and most importantly, living a moral life. By applying these lessons to our daily lives, we do not only avoid evil people, but also move towards a happier and more meaningful life. Life is always filled with challenges, and in this journey, recognizing and staying away from malevolent individuals is an important skill that Stoic philosophy has taught us. Hopefully, through this video, you have become aware of warning signs to avoid malevolent people and have added strength to your life. Remember, it's not just about recognizing, but also about taking action. I have a question for you. Have you ever encountered these signs? What have you done to protect yourself from these dangers? If you found this video helpful and meaningful, don't hesitate to like and share it to spread the message to others. To continue receiving such useful content, subscribe to our channel and hit the notification bell so you don't miss any new videos from us. Thank you for taking the time to join us and share thoughts on Stoic philosophy with us. Remember that, in a world full of challenges, true power lies in controlling our reactions and choosing the path of ethics. Keep watching the next videos displayed at the end of today's video and live by Stoic principles, aiming for strength and peace within the soul. Goodbye, and see you in the next videos.